Welcome back to the Supercoach Take podcast. We're very excited that we're going to get a season this year. And joining me, we have Enno. Enno, how you going? And tell us where we can be found.
George, how are you, mate? Getting a season of footy. This is going to be good. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Spotify, and YouTube at Supercoach Take. Footy's back, mate. I'm keen tomorrow. The Tigers, get it underway. What are your thoughts?
I don't know how to feel, to be honest. I'm just happy to have footy back. I think a lot of people, the sting's kind of been taken out of footy a bit this year, but I am super pumped regardless to watch the Crows get hammered every week and the Tigers go 17-0 or whatever, however many games there are.
Yeah.
But man, it's been... Sorry, you're going?
I was just going to say, it's been tough. I'm a sports junkie, not even just footy. And with all the stuff going on, there's been pretty much next to nothing. I've got into... I don't reckon I punted on horse racing for a while, but I got back into that a bit, which is also a danger a little bit, just to anyone out there. So I'm keen for sports to get back, so I get out of that side of it and start watching some footy and soccer and anything else that's on. So Supercoach.
Speaking of danger, I've been loving the stock market in the coronavirus.
So that's been your little hobby?
That's been, I pretty much go to work, then put money in the ASX. Not all of it. No, not too bad. Not bad yet, but having a bit of fun with it. My hot tip is Zip Pay. So if you're looking to put some money in the stock market, do your own research, and get on Zip.
Nice.
Anyway, we need to start off with a hot take because that's what we do. We are not really a hot take show, but we like to include a few hot takes every now and then because we love the Skip Bayless, Stephen A, Shannon Sharp sort of thing. Now, my hot take. The best player in the league in 2 years, Bailey Smith, will be a top 6 forward in 2020. What do you think?
You've been waiting to say this for a while. You've probably said it already, but that is a hot take. We got a lot more forwards in round one from memory than we thought we might, scoring big. And what did he get? He turned up, didn't he? So
yes,
he's definitely in the mix. But there's a lot more options than we thought we might have had, heading a few months back. So no, I don't mind it.
I think Lipinski and Libba are coming back in. They didn't play round one. I think he's going to take Hunter's wing spot for the next 4 weeks. So a little bit concerned he might get pushed forward a bit, but it's the emotional attachment for me. So he's in.
Yep.
So your hot take. Let's hear it.
I told you it before. I don't want to say it, but this season of only 16 games left to go and using 5 trades this week and trying to get a full team. I just think this season's going to be very, very tough and not that much fun at all to try and work out. It's going to be a bigger headache than past, I reckon. Just looking at the team and how hopefully a few rookies pop up tomorrow in selections, but I don't know if many are going to pop up and even play a lot, because teams are really going to want to win as many games as they can with only 16 left, and to make finals, the ladder's going to be so much more tight than other years, and I can just see them just best 22 every week and not really rotating, rookies in and out as much as we used to. So it could be really tough to make some cash. So the mid prices really probably come more into it, and we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a challenge. We can speak about that after, but nevertheless,
just got to pray.
We'll be doing a fair bit of that this year. Naismith has already gone down. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I said he wouldn't get past 2 games in one of my little screenshots. So I'll say he still could play, couldn't he?
He better. Anyway. So how many trades were you using this week?
I think you probably at least 3, and then no issues with 4 or 5. But there's no real point in my eyes in maybe saving 1. So I'll say 4. But obviously it's team dependent. But just got to get as many playing rookies and players as we can. So yeah, what do you reckon?
I'd love to save 1 or 2, but I'm just thinking. I mean, I'm mostly happy with my premiums. I think I'm going to end up trading 2 out But I think a lot of it's due to the opportunity of, say, Jack Viney, which we're about to speak about. So yeah, I'm gonna go with. I'll probably end up with a 5, but I don't want to use 5.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of rookies coming in. I don't have Sturt or Georgiadis. Then we got Rivers, maybe Naismith. Not Naismith. Sorry, Darcy Cameron.
Yeah.
Rivers, Darcy Cameron, Harley Bennell, and there could be more rookies. So it's like round 1 again. We're getting all these rookies.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows? They could be in and out a lot more. But yeah, so I think the answer is ideally save 1 or 2, but probably you need it. It's very important to get your team right and your rookies right now while you can. So
Yeah. We'll never get a chance like this again to correct a round 1 team. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Now we can speak about the players. Speak about maybe 12 of them. I think we've got listed here, and these players are a hot topic of discussion. And first off, we'll start with Jack Viney, a very interesting player. Do you have anything to say on Jack Viney?
I've been tossing and turning whether to get him in. I mean, to be honest, I haven't really thought much Supercoach up until this week, but once I did, I know it's pretty much he's the most traded in player, isn't he? So for good reason. He's 430k, he's popped a 180, 190 on round 1, and with this two-week cash generation, and like I was saying before, not many rookies. Obviously, there's been a few maybe going to be selected, but I don't see him playing a lot of games. He's just one that's just going to make us a little bit of cash and maybe even be a keeper. If I was to select him, I wouldn't put that, not pressure, but like I wouldn't select him as being a keeper. I don't think he would be, but he might make you 150k in a month, and that could be enough to then sideways into a down, a primo or someone. And
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, what do you think?
I like him, and I've stated this, I think, on Twitter a few times. I can't remember. But I think the rules do suit him. High contested possession count. Doesn't have to, he's not sort of like a workhorse mid. He's just it's kind of like a ball in the midfield. No more captaincy. I like that a lot. He's averaged over 40 4 times. So shows that, with the new rules, that could edge him over. Maybe go 100 plus. And honestly, for an M8, I think you'd take that, especially at 430k. Yeah. But, if you have a pre-trade down the line, you can sideways him maybe plus extra 50k to another midfielder.
Yeah.
And again, I've said this a few times. He was noted as the best performer in the preseason by, I forgot who, someone at Melbourne.
Yeah.
I like this pick and I endorse it. I think the issue is people are giving up their M5.
Yeah,
and that seems to be one of the Bulldogs guys out of Dunkley and Bontempelli.
Yeah, so for most people, not many started, if any. So the way to get him is downgrading from one of your mids that you started with. Now that's the call you got to make, and it's really where you spend that extra, what it'll be, 200k around your team to fix up the other areas, is where it probably is mostly beneficial as well.
Yeah, because it's turning like a Robertson into, say, Jeremy Howe, or like a forward rookie. I'm still a fan of getting forward rookies off the field. Getting one of those guys to, say, Ben Long, Darcy Fort, if you're a bit crazy.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot you can do with that 200k, and the points now are more important than other years.
Yeah, for sure. So
would I go? I think we can speak about Dunkley and Bont quickly. So you have Dunkley, I believe.
Yes, he's the only one I have in my team.
So are you considering?
Well, yeah, he would be the one. My other 4 I'm happy with, and obviously Dunkley put up the worst score in round 1, so he's probably going to drop cash, obviously the quickest, especially since you do that in round 2. So he would be the one if I was going to do it. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. I'm not decided, but yeah. And you've got Bont, don't you? Yes.
I like Bontempelli still, but I wouldn't say I've done a 180 on him, but I think, historically, maybe I should have recognized this earlier. when players are given the captaincy, on average, they don't score as well.
Yep.
Plus, his run is pretty disgusting. I think he's got De Boer and Steele. And
Yeah.
Steele is the one guy who beats him,
Yeah,
I
so
think.
Steele this week and De Boer next week. So it's kind of, yeah.
And like the high break even as well. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I know you want him for the long run, but again, shorter season.
Can always get him back.
Yeah.
Different year, yeah.
So I personally would do Dunkley. I would do Bont to Viney. I couldn't do Dunkley to Viney. I think that maybe that's just bias.
Yeah, that's my issue. Like, if I can't get Viney any other way. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Josh Kelly maybe, or
nah, I don't think
what
so.
I mean? So
It'd be hard to get rid of Kelly.
Exactly.
With Dunkley, he still has a contested game, and look, the Dogs. I know it's been an issue for a long time with like the Dogs moving around. Dunkley's going to get plenty of CBAs. Maybe with Libba coming in, that gets reduced slightly. But again, the Dogs' performance against Collingwood was so horrific.
Yeah, I'd write it off. I'd just forget about it.
Yeah, I hope that's not a reflection of the Dogs' actual performance for the year.
No, I don't think it will be.
Because last year I started Sloan and Matt Crouch thinking the Crows camp was behind them and all that. And it was just a complete shambles for the whole year. So...
Oh, that's the Crows, mate.
Yeah. But anyway, that's our take on those guys. But yeah, I definitely like Jack Viney. But yeah, I'll be holding Dunkley. Then you got a decision to make there.
Yeah, I do.
Jeremy Howe. A lot of talk about Jeremy Howe. What did he score? I think 150 something, 156, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about this pick, but I'm not interested. I have 4 premium mids already, premium defenders already. I feel okay with them. You know what I'm like with age. Like I don't like playing 30-year-olds. I think he's about to turn 30.
Yeah.
And he's had an injury history. Recently, he's had a few injuries. Before that, he was super durable. I find how he can be a bit like Luke Ryan, like massive and then nothing. I've owned him in the past. So this could be, he could easily come out. I don't think, I'd be surprised if he scores 60 next round. But he did his last 8 games, he averaged about 100, including finals. And that was when he was coming back from an injury. So for 430k, again, it's the price. If he was 500, I wouldn't go near it. 430, it's not the worst thing in the world. I'm not doing it, but I think you can trade him in if you want, especially if you need to piss off Robertson. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a bit boring when we agree on stuff like this, but I don't want to touch him at all. Yeah, same thing as you with age, and he's not the way he plays scores really well, but like, it's not a surefire, consistent role when it's like opposed to, Doherty or someone like that. He's going to get those touches and do that every week. The age factor is probably the main one, as we spoke about. So it's not for me. And I've already got the 3 guys that I've set down there. If Robertson was to come out, I'd go down to a rookie or something that's playing. So hopefully one of them pops up.
Yeah, I think when we mention age, I think the thing that goes with it is the soft tissue injuries towards the end of their career. So, like for example, Basher Hooley, I don't know how he got through last year.
Well, that one bit us in the bum, but that was a bit of an anomaly. I was sure he was going to get injured, and sure enough, he did.
First week back of the preseason, he got injured.
Yeah, that was a bit too late.
Yeah,
but same thing. Hearn as well. We've said it before.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me started on that.
So we just like to avoid those types of guys and go for the younger, more more consistent and less chance to get injured.
Yep, pretty much. So next we have Ben Long, I think nephew of Michael Long, who destroyed the Crows. I think it was 1993. Like one of the best games ever. I wasn't born then, but anyway, he's a football family, so that's good. I like this pick, especially because I hate the forward rookies. I know we've got so many of them.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to play bloody forward roulette every week. That just drives me nuts. So it's one less stressor, if you know what I mean.
I like forward roulette just
Oh,
uh,
jeez.
I don't know why, but nah, Ben Long. Yeah, I don't know. I remember watching the game because a couple of my mates are Saints mad, and I don't know really how he ended up on what he scored in round one. I know it's a while ago and whatever, but he has scored it, so it is, it's in his cash gen, and he will make a little bit of cash. But I'd want him to be a bit cheaper. I know that's asking for much because he's only 280k, but
It's a terrible price.
it's a bit of an awkward price. And I mean, what's your plan to get him? Is it someone up or is it someone down?
Bont to Viney, and
Then
then
funding.
a rookie to Long.
Okay. Yep.
And that's kind of assuming that I keep Viney for the year.
Okay.
And I get a lot of points from Long over whoever, say Kavara, in the short term, in next 5 rounds, for example.
Yeah.
I'd have to work that out, like do the math for it, but that's what I'm sitting at right now. But yeah, he played halfback flank, and he played there all preseason, so we know when players have a role change, they can be very undervalued. So yeah, I don't expect Long to be a keeper, but I expect to keep him for a long time. So I like Ben Long.
Yep.
You interested or not?
I'm not. I need more convincing, I reckon, and we'll see on teams tomorrow what happens with those forward rookies that we've all got, and if they're still in the team.
Next, we have a favourite from round 1, Dylan Robertson.
Yeah.
I don't have him. I had him a few days in my team review. I think I had him. No, I can't remember. I think I had Lukosius. I can't remember. But yeah, I dipped out of Robertson, fortunately for me. But I don't think anyone expected him to score that poorly in the 20s.
Nah, yeah, that was a good thing about the last 3 months is I completely forgot he was in my team until I opened it last week and I saw this bloody idiot right there. Yeah, that was hard to watch that game, I remember, and we need some rookies to pop up, or we might simply just have to keep him. Well, I'm talking from
Trent Rivers,
an owner's perspective, but yeah, Trent. Yeah, hopefully he plays, but then again, what about Starcevic and Zerk that are both on my bench? So, yeah, we'll see.
I think everyone has those guys.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll see. But... Yeah, I don't know, with Robertson, there's a lot more ball sharing down back at the Saints. Robertson did say he'd get back to his best. But I don't know, it's also a collective risk with his heart as well. So it's like, is he going to be that good anymore? I'm not even sure he's a lock for the best 22.
Oh, okay.
But he's in the leadership group, so it'd be a bit hard to drop him.
Yeah.
I would get rid of him if I had him, to be honest. I don't tolerate 20s. So
I will if I have the luxury to do so, then yeah, I will.
He could come good, but doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Okay, your man, Sam Naismith. So I'm a Naismith owner, so I'll speak about this. It was all looking fantastic until he had, is it hamstring tightness, quad tightness? One of the two.
Hamstring, yeah, I think Horse said so.
So this is the issue with Naismith. He could be a late out if they name him. Now, we don't know. The teams haven't come out yet as we do this on Wednesday night. If he is named, I still think I'm going to play Segler.
Yeah, that's so risky since
R2.
Segler plays Friday night, doesn't he? So,
I'm happy to leave him on the bench even if Naismith scores this week because nothing pisses you off like a 0.
Yeah.
So,
although we've got him next listed, Darcy Cameron. Are you looking at bringing him in?
No, simply because Big Mason is listed as a test, and I don't know if he comes straight back in. I wouldn't have a clue.
Rightio. All right, we're back to Naismith.
But yeah, I would be happy to throw him at R3 even if he's named, which sounds a little stupid, but and just play a forward rookie. Hopefully that forward rookie scores well. Just because this pick is making me very nervous. He just needs to get through like 2-3 games and he's going to jump 150k. I'm going to hold for now. and I think you were joking about this the other day. It's like uh, it could turn into like a 4-week hamstring tightness every week.
Oh, you
You
never
just
know.
never know. Yeah,
I remember watching him in that preseason game, and I'm just like, this guy just looks like he's about to get injured
he looked
whenever
like
he plays. But he played well. I remember that game against Source, but oh, yeah, it's just what turned me off. I just couldn't select him. I know that's probably you know, you got to take risks to win this game, and it really paid off in round one. But it just proves that we haven't even had any footy, and he's just got some tightness at training. He
yeah.
just can't string games together. So
That's
look,
what I'm hoping.
I'd like to say I hope for your sake he does, but that's the reason I didn't select him.
Yeah, like honestly, I think was it you that said it? He looked like he used all the club sports tape.
Oh, he looked like a mummy. Yeah,
Yeah,
everything. You couldn't find a bit of skin on his body that wasn't strapped. But yeah, he looked good, and he looked good round one. So, and he doesn't have particularly hard matchups, does he? For the next little period. So,
no, I just need him to get through.
if he gets on the park and plays, it'll be gold. So, um,
As soon as he hits 400k, I'm out of there.
no,
I
yeah,
don't care
yeah,
if he does. So, even if that's like round 6, round 5. Anyway, also, yeah. So we spoke about Darcy Cameron. So not for me this week, but we'll look at him next week. Just job security risk. And look, Grundy's rucking. How much are they going to let Cameron ruck over
yeah.
Grundy?
And we just saw the Tigers haven't selected Nanks, so
Oh, okay.
Grundy's probably just going to have a field day. But even if Cameron gets some rucking time, he might, have a decent shot against Soldo, who's doing it on his own, or the second ruck, whoever we throw in there, he might get some good minutes. So I don't mind just, like you said, sitting and waiting and see how he goes, because you're not desperate for him, this week.
I think a guy that you can bring in this week is Trent Rivers. Plays off
Yep.
halfback, I believe. And I can't remember his junior numbers. I saw them on Twitter today. I think he averaged like 140 and 90 in 2 different leagues.
Jeez.
It's pretty good. Melbourne was super happy to draft him. They're like celebrating when they got him out. I think it was pick 30 something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been named. So the cupboard is very bare for rookie defenders. And I think if you go early on a guy, it's Rivers. Go on.
I was just going to say, back to my point at the start of the podcast on, rookies getting selected. Like, if he gets picked off the back of 2 weeks of training throughout this period and not much to go off. Obviously, they have a lot of confidence. That's what I'm gonna take from any rookie that gets picked this week is actually a really good sign. But that's why I don't think there was going to be many. But we'll see. But they clearly rate him, so. Hopefully he plays well, and we get a defensive rookie because we're screaming for him.
Yep. Harley Bennell we have next.
This one surprises me a lot, to be perfectly honest, that he's actually playing. But good on him. It's pretty awesome.
Excited to see him play as well. I think he's like, 27 or something?
Yeah, he's so old. Like, he was a gun so long ago. But yeah, obviously this 3 months off has helped him get really fit. So yeah, keen to see him play.
I think he forward status a few years ago. I can't remember.
Yeah,
if he was, he could have actually been a premium. Probably would have been.
Yeah.
So you definitely, I can't. There's no way you bring him in this week. Surely not. Give him the game.
It just depends what happens with those other mid guys if they get selected, like your Green and whatnot. So yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Like Cameron, happy to wait and watch and see how he goes.
Now 2 more rookies, Sam Sturt and Georgiadis.
Yeah, they're pretty simple. So, Sturt is really. He plays, you bring him in. I mean, there's no way about it. He turned up, and as I was watching him kick goals in the last quarter of that game, I was just thinking, bloody hell. But
yeah.
Oh, well, we get those ones wrong, and that's why we got 5 trades for this week. Use them.
Yeah. And Georgiadis, are we bringing him in?
Well, I've already said it 5 times, but unless we absolutely have to, I don't really think we need to. Unless Kavara gets dropped, for whatever reason, Curtis Taylor doesn't play, and
Oh, he plays.
Exactly. That's what I mean. So for
Yeah.
whatever reason, if that happens, 2 or 3 of these guys will drop. I think we just bring Sturt in if you don't have him, and that's about it.
There's a chance I don't bring in Sturt. Depends what else happens.
What? Why?
I don't know. Because he's a tall forward and he's young.
I know.
But he
But
kicks
in this
goals.
season, he's posted 100. It'd be risky, very risky not to. You'd
Oh,
probably
now
have
that I
to.
think about it, he scored 100. Oh, my God.
You'd have to
Why do I
envisage.
think he scored 80 or something?
You'd have
No.
to think. You'd only not do that if you think he's going to score 20 or something and get dropped. But
I think it's too much cash going away to not pick him.
I
Yeah,
like.
I'll get him in.
I like that they're really keen to get him to play. Like they really obviously want to, but hopefully, I think I just saw before on Twitter that he still needs to get through tomorrow. It's training, so
Okay,
we just
that's good.
hope that he does.
So if Sturt's not named, so if Sturt's not named, then we have next week Sturt, Bennell, Rivers, and Cameron. I think you go early on Rivers.
Yeah, I might go early on Rivers anyway. But yeah, if Sturt's not named, then yeah, Cameron I'd probably look at, or back to Georgiadis. But again, I don't know about
I'm
him.
going to skip Georgiadis. Too young, played Gold Coast. But damn, I wish the Crows picked him. He's a good player.
Yeah, well, he gets to play him this week, so he might score well again.
Oh, no. He will. Crows, by the way, the Crows will leak the most Supercoach points this year. Like 100%.
It always used to be Richmond, but to mids especially. But yeah, I mean, let's move on to what we probably pretty much spoken of most of our trades, so we don't really need to go through them
Let's see yours
individually.
first.
But because I haven't fully set mine in stone until teams, obviously, guys, I'm looking at trading out. Probably Robertson. Spoke about Dunkley, to Viney. Lynch is probably one we should speak about that we both started. I don't know if I'm sticking with him or not as of yet. And then yeah, just the rookie corrections, Kavara out, Stirred in if that's what happens, and Rivers in for Zerk Thatcher or whoever doesn't get selected in the back. So something like that.
Yep. I'm probably going to end up using 5, unfortunately. So Tom Lynch, who I think is a fine hold. He's so much better than his round 1 performance where he scored 55, which was probably high for him that game. But yeah, Lynch to Baslenka. I have King to Long, but it'd probably be Kavara to Long. I'm not sure.
We'll just see.
See how I wake up on Friday. And then Bont to Viney. And then I'll probably need to bring in Rivers and
Stirred.
Sam Sturt.
Yeah, that's about it.
Captains.
Well, like I said before, we only picked Soldo to ruck against Grundy tomorrow, so that's probably the easiest VC you'll ever have on Brodie Grundy and the easiest C you'll ever have on Combin or wherever your loophole is. So back up, yeah, you've got Neil here against who have they got? Freo or someone like that.
Yeah. So I think it's Grundy into Neil or Tom Mitchell, probably Combin.
Yeah.
That is the podcast.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back. Keen. We're going to do some live streaming, do some more content.
Yep.
Should be good this year. Very interesting, yeah. Expecting a bit of a player drop-off, but I think about 2 weeks ago I was like, I'll probably just play Supercoach for fun this year. Now I'm back in competitive mode.
I know.
So
hopefully it's a good viewing experience because I remember, on TV round 1 it was pretty weird to watch, and
I loved it. I thought it was pure.
it just I like the NRL that they did with the. I know we don't really speak about NRL, but I watched one game because I don't really watch rugby, but the crowd noise actually worked really well. So I'm glad that they're doing that.
Okay.
Because it actually made it better to watch. Because I just found it really weird in round 1. When the goal's kicked and it was like, I know it's pure footy, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what gets me going.
I just liked hearing the boot off the laces. Yeah. It's such a good sound.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we'll wrap it up, and we'll definitely do these probably every week, see how we go.
Yep.
And thank you for joining me, Anno.
No worries, George.
And we'll see you guys soon.
All good.
I need to let off the biggest cough.